ROTOLOC fastener. It's a quarter turn fastener to releasably connect panels of all double wall and triple wall corrugated board. Very simple quarter turn to unfasten and a quarter turn to fasten and lock those boards together. The fastener is assembled into the boards and becomes captive in the pack in which it's being used. So it's being used in reusable, easy open close, tapeless packs, removable access panels, reusable 5-panel wraps, for example. The fastener actually has a two-stage fit. I'll get to assembly in a moment, one for double wall, one for triple wall. So it can even be used to join different grades of board together, such as one application which has a triple wall carcass and a double wall captive lid. The fastener has a unique Tamper Evidence Feature, an off-the-shelf seal like this one. Now there are lots of brands of these, some are stiffer than others, and occasionally these might require, if they're very stiff, a little kink before insertion. But we simply insert that into the fastener, self-feeds back out. We can now tie that seal off, and that fastener then cannot be opened until that seal is destroyed. So this fastener is also finding applications in packs where security is important, such as fireworks cases, military ordnance packs, and archive storage boxes with secure captive lids, for example. So that's the fastener. I'm going to show you a little bit about assembly. This is a CA flute die cut panel. The fastener is really designed to be fitted to die cut panels where there's some crush in the board, but where holes are manually cut, we have some assembly aids. I'll get to those in a minute. So the fastener comprises 4 components, 2 identical rings. These have markings on them so that you can obtain consistent fit alignment. So we'll insert 2 of those rings, simply push into that aperture. I have a key and a keyhole component. I'll assemble the keyhole component by hand just to illustrate that. So it really is just a firm pressure. On first getting the hands on these, operators often think that it just feels like it's going to need too much, but it really is just firm pressure, goes into the second position because this is double wall, not triple wall. With the male components, I'm going to show you one of our fitting aids, because if you're doing this all day long, you could probably do it with protective gloves, but you might prefer to use one of these tools, which is a fitting aid. It's simply placed over either component, and with a light tap, that's now fitted and operable. In situations where the board is manually cut, you would usually use a tool, something like this. Or in the very heaviest grades of double wall and triple wall, which are die cut, although experimentation with rubbers around the punch can help hugely. But if it's manually cut and the board ends up a bit thicker, we have a second tool which we call a crushing tool. This has a flange with a protruding disc. This sits in the hole that's cut, and again just with a light tap, we've now achieved a crush around that hole as if it had been die cut. So we'll fit a new set of fastener components. And even though that was manually cut, perfectly operational fastener. In some of the very heaviest grades, you still might find that the male's a little tight, in which case this fitting aid I showed you earlier has a second purpose. There is a rim around the edge of this fastener placed over the male, which needs to spin. Again, just a heavy tap. That adds a second layer of crush and pushes the male component into the board. So even in the heaviest duty grades, that's now free to spin.